Good morning, students. We have start our new lesson, statistical quality control. So, what is meant by first statistical quality control? So, it is the quality control system. First thing. So, a quality control system is called as statistical quality control when statistical techniques are employed to control the quality or to solve the quality problems. So its use or it is a technique are used to solve the quality problem and control our quality. It consists generally three activities. First is the systematic collection and recording the data accurately. Second, it's analysis the data, and third, the interpretation of data to solve the particular problem. In brief, we will say that the statistical quality control is the process of involving collection, analysis, and interpretation of data to solve the particular problems. So, second, advantages of the statistical quality control. So, first advantage is the efficiency of and cost reduction. Second, reduction in scrap. Third, better utilization of raw material. Fourth, easy detection of faults. 5, improve productivity. 6, reduce wastage of the man, material and machine. And last one is the easy to apply. The next part is coming like the attribute and the variable measurement. So we will see that first the variable measurement. So what is meant by first variable measurement? So variable measurement means when the measurements are carried out to find the quality characteristics of the component, the quality is said to be expressed as variables. For example, length in a bar in mm. So it is done with the precision measuring instrument. The data obtained is called as continuous data. The example of these variables are first dimension of the part measure, second hardness of the Rockwell unit, third temperature in Kelvin, and fourth compressive strength in Newton per mm square. So this is the variable measurement is nothing but it is used or this is to find out the quality characteristics of the components. Then second part is that attributes measurement. So attributes measurement is when the record show only numbers of work pieces or products of the conforming and non-conforming to any specific requirements is called as the attributes. Then there is some difference between the variable and the variable inspection and attribute inspection. So in variable inspection we will see that it is the method of measuring quality characteristics with the help of precision measuring instruments. Means what? This variable inspection we can use to find out the quality characteristics by using the precision measuring instrument. Means such as the actual dimension we can be used like the length of the bar, diameter of the circle. So anything we can use by using the Vernier caliper. It can be measured by the Vernier caliper, then micrometer, and this data can going to be recorded. While in attribute inspection, first it is the method of judging conforming and non-conforming of the quality characteristic with the help of gauges. So which kind of gauges we use? The go gauge, no go gauge we can use, and we can inspected our whole object. In variable inspection it is the time consuming process, while in attribute inspection it is minimum time. Then in variable measurement high inspection costs are there. So because of the these micrometer, Vernier caliper, the precision measuring instrument we can use, so it is the high inspection cost, while in attribute inspection it is low inspection cost. The control chart, that is X bar and R control chart, are used in a variable inspection, while P chart and C chart control chart are used in a attribute inspection. The next part we will see that's the 7QC tool or the statistical tools which are used in a quality improvement tools to make the relation or to make the rational decision using data obtained on a product, process, service, or from a consumer organization use certain graphical and analytical tools. So there are total 7 QC tools is used for the quality improvement. So first one is the check sheets. So these check sheets is distinguished between fact and opinion. Then gather data about how often a problem occur. or gather data about types of problem that occurs. So there are mainly three steps. First is the clearly measurement objectives, second collect the data, and third one tally the data. So here is just some example, or one example I given the example. Suppose defect type is assembly, print quality, print details, edge flow, and cosmetic. So these are the checks. We can check the marks or we can check that sheets. Then histogram. What is meant by histogram? So it is a simple graphical view of accumulated data, including its dispersion and central tendency. So there are the some four types of histograms are there. So first is the bell shape, second is the double peaked, third is the plateau distribution, and last is the skewed distribution. So these are the histogram process, like a bar chart. Then Pareto charts. In this Pareto charts, is Italian economics verify Pareto has more contribution in this analysis. So it generally 80-20 rule means what? 80% problems are usually created by 20% of cause. Then in this Pareto principle also support the 80-20 rules, means 80% problem usually created by 20% of cause. The Pareto diagram helps prioritize problem by arranging in descending orders. So we can arrange our problem by descending order. For example, suppose there is some categories like punctuation, grammar, spelling, typing. So their frequency of defect is the 15, 3, 10, 22, and the percentage of total is 30%, 6%, 20%, 40%. So we can arrange in Y bar, we can write the frequency, while in X we can error in descending order. So first is a 44, then is the 30, then 20, then 6, like 44, 30, 26, and here is a 0, 10, 15, 20, 30. So n 44, this is frequency is 22, so we can match the graph our nearby or exactly 22. Then 30 it's 15, then 20 is 10, yes, and then last one is the 6 is the 3. So this is the Pareto charts. Then we will see the next QC tool, like a cause and effect diagram. So these cause and effect diagram were developed by the Kairo Ishikawa in 1943, and those are often called as Ishikawa diagram. They are also called as the fishbone diagram because it look like a fishbone. So because their appearance. Basically, cause and effect diagram are used to identify and symmetrically list various causes that can be attributed to an effect. So these are the diagram used to explore the potential and real causes result in single effect. Means machine, man, material, method, effect. So these are the effect.